Hey guys, welcome back to Range of Survival and Fieldcraft. I'm Andrew. What I have for you today is just a quick pocket dump for my Range EDC. So I've started a new job and carry a lot of different equipment now as part of this job, if you couldn't tell. And so constantly out, I'll be outdoors and out in the bush a lot more frequently than I usually am. So in no particular order, this is going to be everyday carry kit for my new job out here at Range Ops. So that first one is going to be GPS. We got the Garmin 701 right here, just the wrist model with a new enhanced strap or wrist strap that I made myself to just put on the wrist and then lock in place really easily without pinching the skin too much, so we can wear it on the wrist, put it on a carabiner like you guys saw, get accurate grids. This is also the ballistics model, so we can get range dope as well off this model. And then I like to keep it on a carabiner, like I said, just to attach it to my pack or to my belt, just so it's right there if I need to take it off my wrist for whatever reason. But a GPS, because I'm out here in thousands of acres of terrain and I'm gonna need accurate grid locations for my job. Next, fixed blade knife. Got that fixed blade knife or survival knife. Fixed blade knife to either chop down material, take down material, move stuff, fix something, or pry a piece of wood or material, or remove debris, or take out that debris, collect it up, and then fashion it into a bow drill or some sort of survival item. But having a good survival knife, just in case you got to come out here, part of my job is also hunting operations and hunting policy. So if somebody needs help processing large game, I can do that as well. But a good survival knife, a fixed blade knife, being out here means fire, means shelter craft, it means going after game. It also means making that fire to help purify or treat that water to make it safe to drink by boiling. But there's a lot we can do with just a basic survival knife like this. So fixed blade. And then speaking of knives, I like a good multi-tool. A lot of knives, I usually carry a lot of knives, but pliers, extra set of hands, cutting wire, stripping wire. And we've got that straight blade, and then we've got scissors. I like scissors for cutting the nails anyway. You got that saw for fine notching, and then that file to keep all of our blades, especially our fixed blade, or even if we have a folder with us, up to honing edge so we can use it effectively. But those wire cutters and pliers are going to be the key item as part of that multi-tool. And so I keep that in a small mag pouch on my hip, and I'm going to put it back there right now. Then a couple of pocket items. I'm going to have a lighter for fire starting, which is very important with that duct tape. I've also put a lanyard on this, so if I need to, I can put it on this carabiner and collect up my gear and just strap it on that way. So if I need to take everything out of my pockets because I'm getting in the water for some reason, I can put it on this carabiner, hang it up in a tree, or attach it to myself, and I'm not going to lose it. And then a little bit of cordage. 550 cord can do a lot for us, obviously. And this is about 10 feet of type 3 with those 7 inner strands. 550 cord traditional in the pocket along with that lighter, and then even a basic or more advanced flashlight like this. And so basic pocket carry items are going to be stuff like this with a light that we can use for seeing in the dark, obviously, but also for signaling for rescue. And this has even the IR mode, so if I'm up on the range assisting units and shooters, I can use that with IR light with their NVGs, so I'm not blinding them, but they can see what they're doing and I can see what I'm doing as well if I'm under nods. But a flashlight, multifunctional, cordage, and a lighter all go in the pocket. And then oftentimes I like to carry just a small folding blade, just a small utility blade for everyday cutting, opening materials, opening boxes, cutting things away, cordage, whatever it is, the small utility blade. And like I said, I like to have a lot of blades as part of my kit. This can go in my assault pack if I want, and then I can carry this with my multi-tool, and I've got 2 to 3 blades right there if I have a serrated blade on that multi-tool on my hip. But just a basic cutting tool, we can still survive with this, but this is going to be everyday utility, cutting material and using it constantly. As far as safety, what I like to carry is a blowout kit. What I give my guys and my cadre are stop the bleed kits for treating extreme wounds or catastrophic wounds to extremities that are going to cause severe bleeding. So that first thing that's going to go in the pocket is that tourniquet to stop bleeding at its source. Apply this within a few seconds to save somebody's life. An average adult is going to bleed out in about 2 to 3 minutes. And then a blowout kit with our combat gauze. We have our Israeli dressing and combat shears, so we can cut away that clothing, identify the point of injury, sweep the blood away, pack it with that combat gauze, and then tighten it and dress it with that Israeli dressing, creating a pressure dressing on top to stop that bleeding, combined with our tourniquet to save not only our own life, but somebody else's life potentially. So tourniquet in the pocket, rest of the blowout kit can go in the assault bag. I also like to carry just a handheld flashlight or torch. That way I can get down and see what I'm doing. This light is going to be way more powerful than this light opposed to this one. If I put it in the headlamp mode, which is the strap right here, with a little clip, you can actually take it off and put it back on. And so you put this on the clip, wear it like a headlamp, take it off, and you can attach it to your clothing, use it as a signal or look around. But this one is going to be way more powerful for some of those cases where it's thick terrain or it's dark outside and we need a good light. If we're searching for somebody, we can use this or have a bigger light on us as part of our kit. Again, this could go in the assault bag and we can carry this with us, pull it out when it needs be. We can use this one in our pocket as an emergency as well. So we have multifunctional items that are redundant in nature, so we can see, obviously, seeing what you're doing is very important with my line of work. And don't forget that head strap. And often a sharpening tool of some sort to sharpen up our blades, but to also sharpen up tools. We have a lot of tools. We're gonna have chainsaws and axes, pioneer kits, all that kind of stuff. So we want to keep our tools sharp and honed. So carrying a sharpening stone, just in the off chance we wear down that edge or we blunt it by hitting it on a rock or something like that as we're cutting through material, we can use this to sharpen that or bring it back to a sharpening edge or honed edge so we can continue work. So sharpening stone, incredibly important. Put that in the assault bag to carry. One other thing I like to carry is a long piece of rope, and combined with that, I do like to have just a piece of nylon webbing. This is about 5 feet. I've got that beer knot in there. You can use this 1,100 pounds of tensile strength, put it on the back of my four-wheeler right here, hook it up to another. If we're stuck, we can actually pull that other vehicle out. But having a good connection like this gives us a lot of different versatility. We can use this as well with maybe a unit's individual first aid kits or their medical kits or litters to act as an extra handhold so we can help escort or move a casualty out of the way. That nylon webbing combined with 1150 is going to be incredibly important for cordage. Longer cordage like this can also mean to tie this onto something that's in the way on the trail and move it out of the way. We can also do the same thing with this. And so having large diameter cordage that's very strong can give us a lot of versatility in survival, but also in our job now, moving things out of the way, moving obstacles, pulling fencing down so we're not tearing up our hands or ourselves, giving us an extra handhold. So nylon webbing, 1150 cord. And then I also like to carry my personal survival kit, just that survival tin. Done videos on this thing before. It's got everything in here to survive. So snare wire, fish hooks, you've got band-aids, navigation devices, fire starting devices, signaling devices. It's a very small tin that can go right in the pocket or in our assault bag. And we can use this for survival if we're out there for a long time and we're gonna have to spend the night. And obviously it goes without saying, gloves, shooter gloves or work gloves are gonna be important because there's wire and obstacles out here, like I said, with the cordage. And so having a way to connect that cordage to that wire, to those obstacles that could tear our hands up is gonna be important. Plus hot barrels, hot brass, hot pyro, you name it, machinery. We need to have gloves to protect our digits, which are gonna be our first survival tools, and we want to hang on to all 10 digits. Gloves, these go on a carabiner right on my assault pack, and they just hang off the side here like this so I can grab them when I need them. And then one other thing we could add to this kit is just a small shooter, and that is for target testing, for game, putting down animals, especially during hunting season, which is coming up. We have a lot of hunters out here, and sometimes those animals don't go down. They get found, but they're unable to dispatch that animal, so we go out and we assist. And of course, we've got eye pro and then peltors as part of this kit too, ear protection that we're gonna have out there. Obviously shooting guns a lot and ballistics going off. We're gonna need to protect those ears. All right, guys, a down and dirty video today on my Range Ops EDC. Now, not all encompassing and not all the items that I would carry all the time. I may change this up every now and then, but the items that are gonna be typical are gonna be that tourniquet, I'm gonna have that glove, those eye pro, gonna have my peltors to go over my ears, ear protection, multi-tool, a way to start fire, some cordage, maybe the rest of my blowout kit and a flashlight, and then the GPS with maybe some nylon webbing is gonna be the items that I use the most often as part of this job. But I wanted to show you everyday carry kit and items that we can take with us or we have with us as part of this job. And so I really hope you like this video, a down and dirty video today on Range Ops EDC. If you like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment in the comment section. I always appreciate your feedback. I want to thank you guys for everything you do for me, for the channel, for your likes, your views, your subscriptions, your comments, your feedback, and your shares. And I'll be back with another video as soon as I can, guys. Thanks.